What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got some small tidbits and a little bit of news for you guys to check out in this video. Let's start off by talking about what is going on with one of the future structure decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it appears Konami is going to be doing something drastically different when it comes to the selection process of this structure deck. Konami, instead of basically selecting an older theme from like the GX era or 5Ds and essentially trying to revitalize that theme or that archetype in the way of a new structure deck, looks like they're just going to be scrapping that and more or less just letting the players, letting us decide what archetype we want to see be made into a structure deck, which is actually an idea that I'm definitely behind. I think it's an incredible idea. It says right here that on the OCG Yu-Gi-Oh! Official website in just a couple of days, June 21st to be exact, Konami is going to be doing what they're calling theme voting, and I'm just going to go ahead and read the article. I'm going to quote it verbatim. It says, with 20 themes carefully selected from among the many themes and cards that have colored the 20-year history of the OCG, we'll be holding a voting event to decide an upcoming structure decks theme. So essentially, Konami is going to host a poll. They're going to have 20 probably popular themes from the 6 eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't really expect there to be that many themes from the Reigns era, because that's the era that we're currently in. Maybe there'll be like 1 or 2, but basically they're just going to put up 20 archetypes, and whatever gets the most votes is actually going to be our brand new structure deck. So if there's an archetype that you guys feel like has been forgotten about, I mean, this is essentially kind of like the greatest way of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player base telling, you know, Konami what they want to see in the form of a structure deck, given, you know, the fact that they put like the most popular archetypes in here. And I'll just be completely crystal clear, I'll be transparent, guys. If Konami puts Lunalights up there, I will make fake accounts to vote on this poll. Lunalights will win this damn poll come hell or high water. If they are in there, 100%, because I've been wanting a Lunalight Link monster for a very long time. So we'll have to see exactly what the themes are going to be, but in a couple of days when those are revealed, I'll probably make a follow-up to this video. I think that this is really excellent, and honestly, I kind of feel like Konami should do this, like, I don't know, maybe once a year. I know it's kind of, you know, a little more difficult because they're trying to create cards on the fly versus stuff that they already have like planned out maybe years in advance, but I do think that this is a really good idea. Next up, when it comes to more news, looks like Tenyi are actually going to be getting a Link 3. We all know that the Tenyi archetype is going to be coming to the TCG just next month in Rising Rampage. That'll be the first wave of support. They are getting additional support in Chaos Impact, but I believe as of right now, it is just a Synchro monster. Tenyi actually already have a Link 3 monster in the archetype, and now they're getting another one, which this makes me think that this is actually going to be an effect monster. Now, that's interesting because Tenyi largely revolve around non-effect monsters. There you have a Link 1, a Link 2, and a Link 3. The Link 1 and the Link 2 are not effect monsters at all, only the Link 2 is, so it would seem a little redundant, in my personal opinion, to make a second Link 3 and to like make another Link 3 that's a non-effect monster. The way that the deck kind of operates right now, you make the Link 3 and then you kind of play it like Bujins. You just protect the hell out of it with card effects that can activate from like the graveyard and stuff like that. You basically have a whole bunch of utility effects. Some of them in the battle phase, some of them out after the battle phase, targeting, protection, and all that stuff. But the link points on this card are definitely pretty dope. I mean, whenever you get a Link 3 that only points down towards you, that's pretty awesome because most Link 3s do actually point up towards your opponent. Then lastly, we have a new waifu card that is already insanely popular. This card is going to be on some sleeves in the OCG. Konami's going to be hosting some summer events. Some of the prizes are going to be these sleeves. Some people, or a lot of people, have already speculated as to what this card actually is. To me, and this is just, you know, my best guess, but what a lot of people have also said, this card really is reminiscent of an Ultra Athlete monster. This thing definitely looks like, she definitely looks like a UA monster. Now, could this actually be UA's? Possibly. And one of the reasons that I think that maybe Konami would want to try to give UA some more support is we know that with the early TCG archetypes, a lot of them were pretty terrible, and you know, when they were imported to the OCG, they were imported as is. Noble Knights, Ultra Athletes, they didn't really do anything. They flopped into TCG. and they went to the OCG and they flopped. And I think Konami kind of noticed the trend, like, hey, we don't want to just bring these decks over to the OCG without there being some buzz, or if they are terrible, let's just try to hype them up a little bit. And Konami started creating OCG exclusive cards for TCG exclusive archetypes, cards like Spiral Double Helix and Beatrice the Eternal Lady, to make sure that these damn things were, like, you know, meta, and that make sure that people would actually be excited about them. Maybe they could be doing that with this archetype. I mean, yeah, it would definitely feel like a day late and a dollar short, because UAs came out how long ago? But I don't know, maybe there's a little potential for UAs. I feel like if UAs did get a Link monster, I mean, they can't really have like any extra deck mechanics except Link, because their levels are super staggered, so Xyz are not going to work. They don't have any tuners, so Synchro's not going to work either. If they did get a Link one, I would say that it probably needs to be a Link. Yeah, if they got a Link monster, it probably needs to be a Link one, because UAs still do have some decent cards. Mighty Slugger, Perfect Ace is still like a relatively good card in my opinion. So maybe this is the waifu UA monster that you've been waiting on. And by the way, this is so insane, right? Again, we don't even know what this monster does, what its effect is, what the damn name of the card is, but there's already fan art of the card, and I had to crop it down a little bit because it was significantly more lewd if I would have shown the original, like, picture, but you guys can just go. Actually, I guess you can't really Google it because the card doesn't have a name, but if you look hard enough, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it. But this is why I'm saying the card's already insanely popular. Like, we don't even have a name for the card, but people are already going kind of batshit crazy because it's a hot waifu card, and you guys know how hot waifu cards are in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! They're just always insanely popular. Look at Dark Magician Girl and how she's super popular even by today's standards. But anyways, whatever you guys think of any of the stuff I talked about, leave it in the comment section below. If you know, Konami does put maybe your favorite archetype in this, would you vote on it? Or maybe, like, what archetype would you guys like to see? If the 20 archetypes that they're going to have in the poll, what archetype would you like to see a new structure deck? I'm just gonna throw my hat in for Lunalights, and then my backup would probably be Tellarknights, because Tellarknights could definitely use a Link monster. But nah, I would just go with Lunalights, because Lunalights could benefit from more than just one single card. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.